the end of this row of animals, no? See the Andean versions of this. Actually, more of the birds on top as well. This place runs by the oblatos. Oblatos were missionaries. They're on convents, or in this case, they're on radio station. Of course. And 40 of the presidents in the presidential burial place as well, underground.
Says that below 30% of the population vote in it. Alec. No pasa nada.
personas fueran luchadas o intentos de luchar, como querían enseñar la reforma.
Y luego es en los años 50 y 60 donde se hacen las primeras avenidas hacia las zonas centrales. Las Naciones Unidas, las Amazonas, todo eso.